นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Good morning, everyone. First of all, my respect goes to Venerable Sumana, who is the head of the London Mindfulness Meditation Center, their parents, and their children. I am so glad to be with you all again. Some of you have seen me, met me, and also heard me, and some of you may not met, heard, or seen. So I am Chan Sujan, a Buddhist monk from Nepal, like Venerable Sumana, living in Scotland, in Aberdeen. So very happy to be with you all to celebrate the Vesak Day. So Vesak Day is one of the very important days for all of us, because we are Buddhists. We believe in the teachings of the Buddha. We believe in the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And this Vesak Day is one of the important days for all of us, because it is believed that on this day, but different years, so the first incident happened was he was born. So he was born on the full moon day of Vesak. And after 35 years, he attained enlightenment. Basically, he became the Buddha. And it is also believed that it happened on the full moon day of Vesak. After he enlightened, traveled to teach and to share his findings to all the people, and taught for 45 years. So at the age of 80, he passed away. We call Parinibbana or Mahaparinirvana. And that day also, we believe that happened on the full moon day of Vesak. So that's why all these three very important days that took place in the life of the Buddha on this day, and that's how this day become very important for all of us to remember, to honor, to pay homage, and also to reflect his teachings. And to celebrate, to homage, to reflect, you all are gathering here to celebrate. Unfortunately, I could not be with you all in person. However, my blessings with you all. And also very happy to see you all spending some times to come and observe the Sila, do a bit of a practices, and then learning the Dhamma, which will help you in your future. When I was a young boy, I didn't know the Buddha. And on those days, we didn't have a television, forget about the computer, forget about the games, or uh, forget about the mobile phones, internet, nothing. So I was born in a very small village. So we normally hear stories from seniors and sometimes from elders, different stories, and we quietly listen their stories. So sometimes we listen the stories of a great kings, a great poets, and also very admirable people. And one of them was the Buddha. When we hear the life of the Buddha, the sacrifice that he had done, after 6 years of his extreme practices, he became the Buddha at the age of 35. And then he worked for 45 years. And then we normally used to feel like how admirable, how wonderful. And we try ourselves to think about the great Buddha as an example. And that become idols. And sometimes we hear the stories of the King Rama from the Hindu scripture. And we also pretend ourselves to be the King Rama. We used to make a bows out of the bamboos and hold those bows and arrows in our shoulders and walking around in the villages, pretending that we are the protector of the good ones. So the Rama was a good guy who was trying to make things in a right way. And whenever somebody sees us and then calls us, oh, you are walking like the Rama, or you are doing like a Rama, we feel so happy. So they were our idols. And we try to imitate their behavior. We try to imitate their way of life to be a good person and look on anything that is bad, or try not to do, or try not to repeat any bad things that we have done. And we obviously need idols. Without that idols, we will not be working hard. And nowadays we have so many social medias, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and you name it, YouTube. And then you are following particular idols, someone that you admire. And you also pretend yourself to be that person. You will be going to buying similar clothes, similar makeups, and you will be acting similarly like the way they act, behaving in that way. And then also we have movie stars. There are so many movie stars that you follow, and they become an idol. And then the cartoons, and also games. Now, the difference between idols and the games, when you are imitating or admiring and respecting any idols, whether they are from a pop star, sports, movie stars, what's happening is that it is helping you to be a good guy, to be a good one. And you will be pursuing yourself to be good. And in that pursuit for the better future, what you're doing is that you are not committing or avoiding doing anything unwholesome. You will be pursuing yourself to study hard, work hard, so that you are gaining knowledge and also you are become the replica or someone who is trying to do good things as um, your idols are doing. The games are completely different. There are so many people attached to the games, and then often they are in illusional state, and not only in an illusional and delusional state, they are also if you are playing with like a killing and a war and fighting, actually encouraging yourself to be the one who is going to kill, to be the one who is holding the weapons to destroy or to harm others. And that's how every day, if you're playing that, what happens that eventually that becomes your habit patterns, and then you will be performing things and that is harmful, and that harmful not only for yourself, but also it will affect to your family, your parents, your family members, brothers and sisters, and as well as it is also affecting to the community and the country. So that's why we have to have idols, but a good one, but do not have idols from the movies, from the games, particularly from the game, and try not to imitate it. And if possible, if that's a game is related to killing, harming, bullying, then try not to go and play these games. Yes, I know it gives you fun, it gives you pleasure, it gives you some form of um, like you are the one who has got the power over it, but in a reality, it doesn't happen. But what is happening is that that is changing your habit patterns, your thinking process, and you become a person with anger, person with a short temper, and anything happens, you straight away behave in a certain way that uh, cause harm to other people and as well as to yourself as well. So that's why you have to choose the right idols and also right association. For me, when I was a child, I was imitating like the Lord Rama or the King Rama. And sometimes I was imitating like the Lord Shiva. So I used to go to the rivers and collect the black earth, soil, and then making it as the Shivalinga, we call the symbol of the Lord Shiva, and worshiping it. And then when I was worshiping that, I was taking good things from it, like the Lord Rama, he was fighting against the bad. Lord Shiva, he was like a protector, giving protection to someone who is doing good and warding off those who are doing bad, like that. And then when I come to study Buddhism, I come across with Buddha's life history, and he was so gentle, and he was so knowledgeable, and he was so compassionate. Huh? And I was so thrilled with it. And I studied the way he was walking around. When you read the stories of the Buddha, he walks very calmly, kindly, compassionately, and whoever comes to see him, he also speaks very kindly, he speaks very compassionately, willing to help others. And in the meantime, whenever somebody gains something, achieves something, he expressed the gladness, happiness. Oh, so happy that you succeed. Eh? So happy that you succeed in your study, in your project, in your work, like that. So ask yourself, have you ever rejoiced on someone's success? Have you ever felt happy when somebody gained something? It's like you can think of your own siblings, brother or sisters. When your brother got it, how do you feel? Do you rejoice that, oh, my brother got it, or oh, my sister got it? Do you rejoice them? Or you become envy and jealousy? So you can check that. And remember, when you become envy and jealous, the first person to be in suffering is yourself. You suffer yourself first. Your heart become very tight. Your heart become very angry. And there is no appreciation. And there is an attitude of want to have that for myself. And when you have that state, so you are suffering yourself because of your own thinking that someone has got it. And then you also have this mindset that wish I can have that for myself, not that person. And that's how trouble starts. That's how trouble starts. So this is a very important part of the practice. When I studied Buddha's life history, then I become so attached to it and so attracted to Buddhism. And that's how I came across and studied Buddhism, and I became a monk in later life. Okay? And I still be a monk. And I can rejoice when somebody is happy. I can rejoice when somebody gets something. Doesn't matter how big that is. Just be happy that he or she got it. And that's how you can think of yourself. So the question is, have you ever felt this joy whenever somebody got something, whenever somebody succeeded in something? Or instead, you are having envious mind or jealousy. Okay, so this is the first task. I want you to think about it. Now I will tell you one story. There was two novice monks. So novice monks mean little monks, okay? Little monks, two monks. So little two novice monks or samanera. And there was a big monk or a master. Now these two samaneras, two novice monks, one was a very respectful, obedient, dutiful. Okay? So he respects the senior monk, and very obedient, and always prepare seat, prepare food, prepare water, prepare beds, and so on. So he was giving a good service to the elder monk. But another one was not. He was a very disrespectful, and he wasn't obedient, and he wasn't dutiful. He often was told off by the senior monk, scold, that you should not be doing this, you should not be doing that. Look at him, right? So with that, he felt very offended. So the second novice, who wasn't obedient and respectful, he felt whenever the senior monk told him, he felt offended. And on occasion, it happened that he was so angry that he went out and told the supporter that, oh, our senior monk is not well. So please make this and this food, so that with eating that food, our senior monk will get better. And then a supporter, a family made the nice food, delicious food, and handed over to this novice monk. Now, this food, rather than he brought and offer it to the senior monk, he ate on the way. And the reality was the senior monk wasn't ill, wasn't unaware. So basically, he lied. Eh? So he lied to the supporter and made the food and he ate for himself. And it happened. After a few days later, the senior monk goes to visit this family. And seeing this family, the family were very happy. And then said, "Oh, welcome, Venerable Sir, to our home. You come to bless us. We are so happy to see you now." And then they say, "Oh, how is your health? How are you doing now? Other day, this novice monk came and told us that you are not well. You were not well and asked us to make these foods. So we made this food for you." Having heard that, the senior monk, a teacher, was very quiet. And then he went back to the monastery again, vihara again. And then he called this novice back and said, "You should not be doing this. You should not be lying like this. It's not an appropriate things to do." Now, this monk, rather than taking it as a lesson, and rather than taking it as instruction, he become jealous. He become very angry and jealous because another novice who was respectful and obedient, he was given a robe, a cloth, but whereas him, he was a scold. So he became a very envy and very angry. So he did not want to hear the teachings from the teacher anymore. And the next day, this teacher, along with this respectful and obedient student, a novice monk, they went out from the temple. Do you know what happened? When they went away from the temple, this disobedient novice monk, a foolish one, a young foolish novice monk, he was harboring this anger, his jealousy, envy, and do you know what he did? As soon as he realized that there isn't this senior monk anymore, and this novice monk is not here now, so he broke all the pots, hands, and then set the fire. Right? Set the fire to the monastery. And those days, when you are living in the monasteries in the forest, the huts are made of wood and leaves. It's easy to burn it down. And he did it so. Right? And that's how he burned it down. How terrible this novice monk was. When they comes back, and then realize, oh, we don't have a kuti to stay anymore. Our monastery, our temple is burnt down. And this monk, the one who shed the fire out and then destroyed the monastery, ran away. Right? And the story says, when he ran away, he never had any happiness at all. So, and he also lost the teacher, he also lost the friend, good friend. So here, the story that I want you to think about, that one person is kind, another one was not. And the first novice was very respectful, the second novice wasn't respectful. And because of the first novice, he was very respectful and obedient, he got rewards from the teacher. Now and then, robes, foods, and he had a chance to go with the teacher. Whereas the disobedient and disrespectful novice, he never received any, simply because he wasn't doing, he was cheating. Sometimes he would go to the teacher and said, although he didn't prepare water for his bathing, the first novice was making a bathing, the water, and he would go to the teacher and say, "Oh, I have made the water for you. Please come," like that. And then, do you know what happened one day? So the first novice normally used to prepare hot water for the teacher to have a bath. And every day he does like that. And whenever the second novice sees the steam coming out from the toilet, he would go to the teacher and said to the teacher, "Oh, venerable sir, I have prepared warm water for your bathing." And then there goes, and this senior monk takes off the clothes and put the bathing cloth, comes into the toilet and have a bath. And this repeatedly happening again and again. And this first novice, who normally obedient, respectful, and prepare hard working, he realized, oh, my friend, my brother friend, he always go and he was getting the credit. And now I will play some trick. And you know what happened? So this first novice, one day, he boiled a very little water, not enough to have a bath, but it produces the steam. And this second novice, he was looking at the steam. And oh, now water is ready. So he goes up to the teacher and said, "Oh, venerable teacher, venerable master, I have prepared warm water for you for a bathing." And then here comes this teacher, master takes off his all the clothes and put on the bathing cloth and comes into the toilet along with this novice. What happened? There is no water, only little water, not enough for a bathing. And this novice was like, nah, what happened? He didn't prepare enough water. So then the teacher realized that actually this is not the novice who was preparing the warm water for me. Actually, another one. Then he was scolded, and that's how again he became very angry, like that. So when somebody is cheating, eventually you will be caught, and then you will be punished. And then someone who wasn't cheating, respectful and obedient, then he will be praised. He will be given rewards. And that moment, you have to remember that if you don't want to have any troubles, and then not harboring this envy and anger in your mind, and not having a very hard-minded, hard heart, you have to appreciate that, oh, okay, my friend did a good job, and now he is rewarded. When you have this mindset, what happens? It's easy. You feel happy, and he also feels happy, teacher also happy. So then we can live together. There won't be any trouble at all. And the problem is nowadays what's happening here that we cannot feel joy. We cannot appreciate others' success. Right? And we cannot feel the pleasure of somebody's well-being, somebody's success. And then as a result of that, what happened? We become angry, we become anxious, we become stressed. And then you cannot sleep, you cannot eat. And not only that, you want to fight. You want to fight, and you want to keep only for yourself anything that you have. And that's how what happened. You cannot trust anybody, and no one will trust you either. So the first thing that we have to remember, try to appreciate whenever somebody is doing good and then he or she is rewarded, then feel that, oh, I could not do it, but I'm so happy that you have done it. Okay? So you have done it. And with that doing, what happens? We have no problem with the any emotions and feelings. Our emotion is in a complete balance. Okay? And you don't have to feel that I am better than them. You don't have to feel that I am inferior than them. Okay? And you also don't have to think or evaluate yourself with somebody else. You're free. You don't have any hatred. You don't have to think of the fear. You don't have to think of any um, anger. You don't have to feel of I want this and I want that. Nothing. You can be happy. Yeah, super happy. Because you are what you are, and you have an idol like the Buddha, who was very kind, compassionate, and always helping others, and then also rejoicing others' happiness. So, how can we rejoice others when somebody is doing something good? We can say, "Oh, sadhu, 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 you've been doing so good." Suppose, and like today, right? Uh, you're coming here, and you go to your friends. They didn't come, so in that case, again, you can tell them that okay, we have been to the Sila program, and we've been practicing the Dhamma. We have been observing the Sila, listening the Dhamma. Tell them, and then ask them to appreciate these good things that we have done, or sometimes you can think, oh, your friend said, oh, this morning I pay respect to the Buddha, I pay respect to the parents, and I did the little chanting in front of the Buddha. In that case, you can say, oh, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yeah. And this is a wholesome action. And with doing that, do you know what happened? Your mind is stable. You're happy that he is happy. And in the meantime, he will be also happy too. That, oh, my friend, my brother, my sister, uh, he or she rejoices what I have done a good thing. What I have done a good thing. And at the same time, sometimes your brother got a toy. Your brother got a present, or your sister got the present nicer than yours. In that case, what do? You say, oh, you're so good. You got a good one. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. And in the meantime, you can say, oh, I have got as well. Maybe small, not nice as yours, but not comparing it. I have got this for myself. What happens with that? Your mindset, you feel so happy. You feel happy, and you yourself become what's called you are master of yourself. Okay, so even a simple word, I am so happy that you have achieved it, you got it. Now I want you to think about it. Can you say it to anyone, anybody? Can you say it? You can start from your brother or sisters or your friends, and then the rest of other people. Whenever they achieve something, whenever they got something, have you ever said, I am so happy for you? And now on, I want you to do it and see what happens in your mind and what happens in your relationship. Whenever you say, I am so happy that you got this, he will be very happy for you too. And he or she becomes your friend. Right? So you got a friend now. But in case You didn't feel happy and you didn't congratulate, but you have this envy and a jealous, and also this thought of, I don't want you to have it. It's not fair. I want that for myself. What happened? Oh, you are suffering. And you cannot go and talk to that person, whether it's a friend, whether that's sister or brother. You cannot go and talk to that person. Even when you're talking with a very angry face. Then what happened? They don't want to be friend with you. They don't want to be associating with you. They don't want to talk to you. What happened now? You become alone. When you become alone, what happens again? You will be thinking further, it is because of him, because of her. Now you generate more anger. And the more you create more anger, what happens? It's like you boil the water, and then you turn on the gas fire. What happens? And the more you put a lot of fire, the water will bubble more and more and more. It becomes more hotter and hotter. And your mind will be becoming like that. You become very angry, 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 and you cannot deal with it. And if something happens, you will be shouting. You will be causing a trouble. Okay? So that's why, in order to be kind, you have to think of an idol, of a nice one who is protecting, one who is promoting good things, like the Buddha. From the childhood, the Buddha, he was always kind to everyone, and he was always happy to give others any good things. That's why we have so many stories that the Buddha was helping animals, and then the Buddha was so happy that other people understand the Dhamma, like the Vande Kondanya. Yeah, the first time when the Buddha gave the talk, and then he understood the Dhamma, and he was so happy. And he said, "Oh, I'm so happy now. He understood the Dhamma. He understood the Dhamma," like that. So, like that. So, think about that one. Right? And in the meantime, yeah, in the meantime, what we have to understand further on that when we are appreciating, sometimes people may not, sometimes people can't be uh, um, happy with us. And then when we think about them, we also feel unhappy too. Right? So in those cases, what we need is that um, in the past he was good, so I appreciate now he got the good one, like that. Okay? And then I wish him or her for the goodness in the future. Can you do that? Can you do that? If you can do that, I am pretty sure that you will be happy, and they're also happy too. Not only that, what we have to learn is that sometimes we have to let it be. Okay? Sometimes do not take any consideration. It's like living in the now, living in the present moment. Now, do you know what does it mean now? Anything that is happening now, and you know it. And this now is never in the past, never in the future. And this now again is not the permanent. Right? And whatever things happened in the past, right? Whatever things happened in the past, and whoever attained or achieved or got something, it's not the trouble. It's not the problem. He got it. Okay, I am so happy. Finished there. I didn't get it. It's okay. I will get it in the next time. It's okay. And also, like, that's also happening now. Okay? Here, when you are in the now, do you know what happens? You don't have to think of your games. You don't have to think of your movies. You don't have to think of the Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, nothing. Now, what you have is this body and your thinking. May I ask you, what are you thinking now? Are you thinking of your game? Or are you thinking of when's gonna finish it? I want to go back and then play a game. Or I want to watch this cartoon. I want to watch this movie. Is that what you're thinking? Now think about now, what you are doing now. Can you think of now? What you're doing now? So now what you are doing is sitting here in this place, watching me and listening what I am saying. Huh? How many things are there? You are sitting here in this place, looking at me, and then listening. So three things are happening. When you are doing these three things, what's happening? It is when is it happening? It is happening now. So can you concentrate on that rather than thinking of the game, thinking of the movies, thinking of the Instagram, thinking of the food, anything? Leave that. Can you just feel or think that you are here in this hall, and then think that why am I here? What am I doing here? Now here, so you are here to celebrate the Vesak day. And the celebration of the Vesak day is to think about the Buddha as an idol who worked so hard and become a success and successful. And then, although he died 2,565 years ago, we still respect him. Why? Because of his success. Now, think about that one. Similar way, if you spend time and you become a hard worker and spend a lot of time studying and hard working, and when you become a success, what happens? Everybody will be praising you. Everybody will be so happy for you. Yeah? So happy for you. And then all the parents wishes you to be happy, to be successful. And that's why you are here to learn the Dhamma. And then also to learn that you are having the Buddha as an idol so that you can practice, you can work hard, and thinking that because of a hard working, you will be succeeding in the future. And that success brings happiness. And whenever you're happy, remember, never forget who supported you. Oftentimes nowadays, people forget. Forget that how much your parents dedicate and sacrifice their time, their life, their money, simply for your well-being. Have you ever done anything by yourself? Do you have anything that belongs to you? You may think that, oh, I have my bed, I have my toys, I have my games, I have my clothes, I have my shoes. Where that all things come from? Who gave it to you? Have you ever washed your clothes? Have you ever prepared your bed? Who does it for you? Your parents. Whatever you have now is because of your parents. Now think about that one. And have you ever said thank you? Have you ever said thank you? And oftentimes people forget that one, thinking that, oh, I have got this, I have got that, this is mine, and do not want to share with anybody. And now that causes a trouble. So on this occasion that you all come here, to learn the Dhamma. I want you to think about it and appreciate whatever you have given by your parents, and also learn to say thank you. And then not only learn to say thank you, but also learn to appreciate whenever somebody got something, whenever somebody success attain. Okay? And in order to do that, do you know what you need? You have to have a lot of control over your feelings, over your emotions. And these feelings and emotion always happened or happens in the now, here and now only. Now, when you understand this, do you know what happens? You are a perfect person. You are walking the path that the Buddha told you to walk to be a good person. And then that's how you become a good Buddhist. When you become a good Buddhist, what happens? You're happy. Your brothers and sisters will be happy. Your family members will be happy too. Right? So that's why always feel grateful, appreciate, and say thank you, and also rejoice on somebody's gain, somebody's success. And I said, this you can do it when you know how you are here and now. And the practice is called a meditation that we can practice to learn how to be here. First of all, to practice that, I want you to raise your hands like this. Okay? Raise your hands like this. And then count your fingers. How many fingers are there without looking the fingers? So you are raising your hands and spreading your fingers like this, and then count in your mind. How many fingers are there in your hand, not in mine? Okay, without looking at your fingers. How many fingers are there? Do not move your fingers. Okay, just count in your mind. How many fingers? So we have 10 fingers. You may open your eyes and look at my fingers, and I will count. As I count, I will move fingers like this, or you can watch. Okay, so one, so this is one, the small one, and then two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, and then 10, right? So I have 10 fingers. A similar way you can do to yourself, okay? And here, rather than moving your fingers, I want you to touch and count one by one. And when you touch the finger, you are pressing the fingers, okay? Pressing the finger. When you take a breathe in and press hard, okay, very hard in your finger. So like this, like this one, the small one, okay. So press, so pressing it, and then take a long breath in. Hold, 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 and release, and say one, okay. And then go to the number two. Okay, press it and take a long breath. Press hard, hold, breath, hold. 1, 2, 3, and release. Okay, breathe out. And then 3, 2, right? And then this one, the middle one, press it, take a breathe in, hold, 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 and release. 3. Okay, and then the fourth one. Okay, press it, breathe in, hold, 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 and release. Now this one is 4 now, so the fifth one, fifth. So press it, breathe in, press hard, and release. 5. Now goes into the next hand. Yeah? So start from the thumb. Next hand. Press it. Breathe in. Press hard. Breathe in. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. How many fingers now? This is 6. Okay, sixth one. Remember, this is 5 and now 6. And then move on to this one. So press and then breathe in. Press harder, hold breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. How many fingers now? 7. Okay, this is a 7th finger. Okay, and next move on to this middle one. Press, press, and then take the breathe in. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Now, how many fingers now? 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more left. Okay, so this one, then second last, press and then breathe in. Press harder, hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. So this is the 9th breath. Now the last one. Okay, so press the finger, breathe in, press harder in your finger and hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Okay, so you remember? So we have 10 fingers. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And each fingers, what we are doing, pressing hard, taking the breathe in, hold, count for 4, and release. Like that. Each fingers, okay? Second finger, press, breathe in, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Next finger, press, breathe in, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, release. Next finger, press, breathe in, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next finger, press it, take a breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, release. Okay, next one, next finger, press it, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Move on to the next one. Press it, breathe in. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Move on to next one. Press it, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Next finger, press the 9th one. Press it, breathe in. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, release. And the last breath, last one, last finger, press it. Pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Okay, so like that, you can do it. With that, each time when you are pressing, you are taking control of yourself. Okay, taking control of yourself. Okay? And then now I want you to uh, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay, sitting in a comfortable position. Forget about your friends. Sit in a comfortable position. And then I take a long breath only. Okay, so long breath in. Hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And blow it out from your mouth. So you're taking the breathe in from your nose. Take a full stomach in your belly. Hold and count for 4 and release from your mouth. Okay, so blow it out. Right? Now let's start again. So close your eyes. Now sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and then breathe in from your nose. So breathe in. Hold in your belly and count in your mind for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and blow it out. All the breath out from your belly. One more time. Again. Breathing in from your nose. Hold the breath in your belly. Count for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and blow it out from your mouth. So do it again. Breathing in through the nose. Hold in your belly for 4. Count up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And blow it out from the mouth. One more time. Breathing in. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And blow it out through the mouth. One more time. So breathing in. Hold the breath in your belly. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. And blow it out from the mouth. Once again, breathing in. Hold the breath. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And blow it out. And now, I want you to think of your mother. Do not open your eyes. Just think of your mother's face. Happy face, not the grumpy one, okay? Happy, kind face. And smile to her. Give a smile, big smile. And I think that you are giving a big, nice hug. Big, nice hug with a big smile. And say to your mom in your mind, right? Thank you, mom. I love you. I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I love you. And smile. Now think of your daddy. And again, not a grumpy face, not a scolding you face. A nice, happy face. And then again, think about giving a big, nice hug with a big smile. Very warm hugging. And say, Thank you, Daddy, for looking after us. I love you. I want you to be happy. I want you to be free from all the troubles. Very healthy. I love you. Now think of, if you have a brother, think of the brother. If you have a sister, think of the sister. You can think of all the sisters or brothers. It's up to you. Again, not a fighting moments of that face, but a happy face. And think of that. Your brother or sister, or every brother and sisters. And again, give a warm hug and say, thank you for being with me. I want you to be happy. I want you to be safe. Thank you. I love you. And give a big smile again. You may think of a nice person like your granny or your granddad and give a big, nice hug and tell them, I want you to be happy. I love you. Now think of every animals, every beings, everyone saying, I want you all be happy. Today, I am observing a sila on a Vesak day, giving a dana, listening to Dhamma. I have accumulated a lot of a merit I want to share with you all. May you all rejoice in this good deed that I have done. May you all be happy. Now bring into your own heart. Feel your beating heart and saying, I am so happy. I am so lucky. I am so grateful to the Buddha who is teaching me to do good things, to the Dhamma teaching me what is good, what is bad, to the Sangha who is helping me to know what is good, what is bad, and to my parents who is looking after me, taking care of me, and my brothers and sisters and friends and everyone who is supporting me. May you all be happy. And you may open your eyes and say thank you to yourself. So with this, I end my talk and guided meditation. So on the occasion of this Vesak Day celebration today, you have all come here to practice the Sila and the Dhamma. I'm so grateful and so glad to see and hear you've been practicing with this, and also all the merits that you have accumulated and all the protective power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. May you all have a good health, successful life, and happy. And also, most importantly, be good children. So, Sabbe Buddha Balapatta Pache Kanang Jayang Balang Arahantanan Jatechena Rakhang Vandami Sapaso. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And thank you and wish you all the best.